actually lexicographic seminar. We give the person a question. However, what I'm supposed to be doing as this is going on is I'm supposed to be, I don't lead anything. I just put the questions out there, and the students are the ones who have to drive the conversation. I can, do some guiding, references, but for the most part, it's all about the students and what they do. So I know that all students are vocal, so what we did was, part of my assessment is, did they gather enough facts, that they could have used in the Paideia seminar. Because, a student like Marsha Blackman is not, she doesn't like to talk in class at all. So, I have to be able to give her an outlet. So just give you an example, this is how I was going to put the two constitutions together for this particular part. I gave the students a copy of the Bill of Rights for both South African Bill of Rights and the Bill of Rights for the United States. And if you look on the television, you can see how I did it was, I'm sorry it's so small, I'll just tell you what it is so you know. I gave them both preambles and I just took words out. That was the warm-up activity. So they had to, gave them opportunity to see what they knew. And then I also gave them a word back and I said, even if you don't know it, just go ahead and take a guess at what word might fit in one particular place. So, I'll say a good number of them did pretty good with our Constitution. But when it came down to the South African Constitution, they were like, I don't know what goes here. So it was just fun, I think, as a old teacher to watch them go through that kind of stuff. Like, I think the word, develop belongs here. Now the thing about it that for me was good about that is that there were two students. There were two students who were able to actually get it right. Yeah. Wow. There was, it was really good. I think Shakayla Parks, she actually studied this. Shakayla Parks went to the same middle school as my daughter, and their middle school has an international focus. So they had actually learned the preamble. She was able to do it. So I was really impressed that she remembered it from 8th grade till now. It gave her a little bit of bragging rights in the class for a moment. And there was another, I said two, it was more than two. We were able to sort of deduce what the preamble to the Constitution is. Then I gave them a few summary points that they could utilize on this sheet here, just to keep them active. Well, it's not right. Of course not. But suffice it to say, that's what they had. They had some summary points on that particular bottom of that particular page. And they used a T-chart, to be able to fill in and summarize and say what it is that they thought was the most important rights. I'm going to show you one more site and then I'll be done and you can.
I had a question. You said you did something. What did you do to help Marsha?
What did I do? Well, Marsha is not going to talk in today's seminar.
Right.
So what I'm saying is they had to do the research that led up to the Paideia seminar, the T-charts and things like that. I checked that to make sure that she was getting what it is that.
So you made her do the legwork and not necessarily get in front of the class.
Right. She didn't say anything Paideia seminar. She got no points for that part.
Right. Do you know? I was just curious because she does that in a lot of classes.
Mm-hmm.
I was interested in.
But that's her. That's the whole family. All the
Yes.
Don't talk. And if you look, at the world, right? You can, and this is what the students were doing, gathering the information for Paideia seminar. So I did it all in one lesson. They had to get on the computers, we're in the media center, and he had to look. So, you can pick one of the rights around the side, click on the right, and then you see where it falls in our Constitution. So this is in the 19th Amendment. gender non-discrimination, the right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then if you click on the country, any of these countries here, you can find out if they have a corresponding right there. So this was South Africa's, and it's actually part of their chapter 2. They don't have, not amendments, they don't have sections like we do, they have chapters, right? So that's another difference when they were noting the differences between the two constitutions. Another difference, and one of the reasons why we chose the Bill of Rights, was the fact that the Bill of Rights itself is incorporated into the Constitution of South Africa. And as you guys remember from history, our Bill of Rights are the First Amendments. That's the first thing that was added to the Constitution because the Constitution wasn't going to be passed as it stood. They had to include rights for everyday ordinary American citizens. So we made all those points. Students got they got some information out of it, and I think that they did pretty well. I have a video of the Paideia seminar, but I don't have it here. So if anybody wants
Mr. Calhoun, how you structured the lesson. Ms. Wallace took mine, which was you said Marche, what was the outlet, and you said basically it was a written piece. So you gave her you graded the written piece as hers because she's not going to be vocal. So I think that was a really good modification.
Yeah, well, you have to just know the particular students. You know, like if Makai, who likes to talk, you know, if he's not doing his research, then I gotta make sure that he's doing more on the
Research side.
yeah,
Okay.
talking side on that.
That's finding the balance.
Yeah, you just gotta find it. Personally, that's just how I feel about it. You have
I agree.
to find a balance, and you have to recognize that you have to honor the children's strengths and work on their weaknesses. That's just my opinion.
That's good.
That's a big point, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So often we try to put a round peg.
Are there any questions that you have for Mr. Calhoun in terms of how you structure the lesson, thinking about the children that you serve that could be applicable to your classes?
So when you structure your lesson, are you thinking about class dynamics of who's in the class and how it will go over with this group mix of students? Do you have to change the way you may?
I have to deliver classes differently to different
Right.
classes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's.
I mean, I know your third period. I'm thinking some of the kids that you have.
Second
So
period.
is the delivery different from different
This is
classes?
way different. Yes.
Like, okay, I have a class, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I tried, now I have, out of all my classes, one class where stuff just don't work. I have to change up every time.
Right.
Did you
We
have to
all
go
have the
through
same
that?
class.
Okay, so you understand that too? Okay.
I teach the same students, and they ain't no.
Because it's like, everybody likes it except this class. So you always got to change it, make it more
Right.
hands-on.
Now, just me personally, then, if that's a talkative class and they like to argue, then you might cut time off on the research, and let them go straight to the day of seminar.
Yeah.
And vice versa. If it's a class that talks too much, you might want to just get them focused and sit in front of the computers, and the majority of the class will be developing research, and then I can go around and check for understanding, and then, because I put modified for this, because what I did was, for like a class like that second period class that I have, I just stood in front of the class while they're at the computers checking for understanding.
Okay.
Like quick group check-ins every 5-10 minutes, especially when they seem like they were getting off task, then I would bring them back by asking focused questions. And the people who were, it's there for everybody to see, because it's, when you have something like this particular right, you're getting information, you have to write the right down, right? You have to record it, and then you have to be able to tell me what that means.
How'd you work with the weaker students?